Hello class 5, this is your math teacher and the topic for today's lesson is fractions. So what do you mean by a fraction? Fraction, it is a part of a whole or a part of a group. Okay, it is a part of a whole or it can also be considered as a part of a group. So fractions can also be defined as when something is divided equally, that is also known as fraction. Okay, when it is divided equally is known as fractions. Like for example, here is a square, and if this square is divided equally, these are known as fractions. Okay, fractions of square. And over here there is a triangle, and when this triangle is divided into two equal parts, these are known as fractions. Okay, now let's take an example of a chocolate bar. Okay, chocolate bar, and there are four sets of people. A, B, C and D. Now this chocolate bar has to be equally distributed among the four people. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. So one piece goes to A, and another piece goes to B, another to C and another to D. Okay, so now this chocolate bar has been equally distributed, so these are also known as fractions. So how can we write fractions? Okay, so like for example, how many parts were there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Among the four part, one part has been gone to A. Among the four part, another part has been gone to B. Among the four, another part has been gone to C, and another one to D. So these are known as one. So each one of the people got 1/4 of the chocolate bar. So this number is known as fractions. Okay, the upper number is known as numerator and the lower number is known as denominator. So another topic is types of fractions. Number one is like and unlike fractions. So number one is like. So what are like fractions? Like fractions are fractions which has equal denominator. Like for example, 7, 3 by 7, 6 by 7, 8 by 7. Over here you can notice that each fraction has equal denominator. So these are known as like fractions. Okay, when fractions have same denominator, it is known as like fractions. Now number 2 is unlike fractions. So what are unlike fractions? Unlike fraction is completely opposite to like fractions. For example, fractions which do not have same denominator is known as unlike fractions. Over here you can notice that the denominators are not equal. So this type of fractions are known as unlike fractions. Okay, fractions which have same denominator is known as like fractions, and unlike fractions are fractions where the denominators are not same. So these are known as unlike fractions. So now we will learn converting unlike fractions to like fractions. Let's take two fractions, like for example 2 by 3 and 2 by 6. The denominators are not same, so this means that this is unlike fractions. So now we'll have to convert this into like fractions. In order to convert this, we'll have to find the LCM of two numbers. Like for example, 3's LCM will be 3 only, and 6 LCM will be 2 3's are, and 3 1's are. Now LCM will be 2 into 3 into 3, that is 18. Okay, now we'll have to make sure that the denominator is always 18. Okay, like for example, first fraction is 2 by 3. Now 3 how much is 18? Okay, 3 how much is 18? 3 into 6 is 18, and we'll have to multiply the numerator with the same number. 2 6 is 12, 3 6 is 18. Let's take another number, that is another fraction, that is 2 by 6. So 6 how much is 18? 6 3 is 18. So multiply the number with numerator with same number. 2 3 is 6, 6 3 is 18. Therefore 12 upon 18 and 6 upon 18, so these are what? Like fractions. So this is how you can convert unlike fractions into like fractions. So this was one method of converting unlike fractions into like fractions, and another method is method 2. Let's take the same fractions like 2 by 3 and 2 by 6. Okay, so now you'll have to multiply the fractions with the opposite denominators. Like for example, let's take the first fraction and multiply it with the other fractions denominator. Okay, that is 6. And let's take another fraction 2 by 6. We'll have to multiply with another fraction's denominator into 3 into 3. So 2 6 is 12, 3 6 is 18, and 2 3 is 6, 18. So therefore 12 upon 18 and 6 upon 18. So these are like fractions. Okay, you'll have to multiply it with the another denominator. Like for example, in the first one we divided it with 6. Okay, and second one we divided it with 3. So this is how you can convert unlike fractions into like fractions. Another types of fractions are, number 1 is proper fractions, improper fractions, and number 3 is mixed fractions. So number 1, what do you mean by proper fraction? Whenever the denominator is bigger than the numerator, it is known as proper fractions. Like for example, 1 by 2, 4 by 8, or 5 by 12. Over here the denominator is larger than the numerator. So what do you mean by improper fractions? Fractions where the numerator is larger than the denominator. Like for example, 9 by 7, 6 by 3, 12 by 9. So in this case what we can say is the numerators are larger than the denominator. So this kind of fractions are known as improper fractions. And number 3 is mixed fractions. So what are mixed fractions? Fractions which has a number as a whole and also has fractions in them is known as mixed fractions. Like for example, 1 whole by 1 by 2, 3 by 3 whole, 6 by 7, 5 whole, 1 by 2. So these are known as mixed fractions. Okay. So these were the 3 types of fractions. Number 1 is proper, where the denominator is larger than the numerator. And number 2 is improper fractions, where the numerator is larger than the denominator. And mixed fractions are fractions which have whole number. Okay, like 1 whole, 1 by 2, 3 whole, 6 by 7, 5 whole, 1 by 2. Okay, let's start solving exercise 6a. Fill in the blanks. Number A. Half of 36 equals to how much? 2. Just divide 2 by 36 by 2. Okay, 2 ones are and 2 13s are is 36. So 13 ones are is how much? 13. Okay. So another one is F. 3 by 4 of 100. First divide 100 by 4. 4 ones are 4, 4, 25 are, and 25 into 3 is 3 5s are 15, 1 3 2s are 6 7, 75. Okay, and let's take number G, that is 7 by 12 of 108. 12, how much is 108? 12 ones are 12 nines are, and 7 nines is how much? How much? 63. And let's take the last one, that is H. 9 by 16 of 144. Now we'll have to divide 144 by 16. Like for example, I'll do it over here. 16 9s is 144. Okay, and 16 9s is 144 and 9 9s is 81. So 9 by 16 of 144 is 81. Another topic is change into mixed fractions. Okay, this is number 6 of exercise 6a. Now let's take number C, that is 12 by 7. Over here you'll have to divide 12 by 7. Let's divide it over here only. 7 by 12. 7 1 is 7 and 7 minus 12 is 5. Okay. So now this you'll have to write it in mixed fraction. So equals to 7, the denominator will always be same and the remainder will go up, that is 5, and this will come at the front. Okay. So mixed fraction is 1 whole 5 by 7, And another one is, let's take D 35 by 8. Let's divide 35 by 8. 8 4s is 32 and 3. The denominator will always be same. The remainder will go up, that is 3, and this 4 will come at the front. So 4 whole 3 by 8 is the answer of 35 by 8. So this has been changed into mixed fractions. Okay. Now another one is change into improper fraction. Okay. 7 is change into improper fraction. Let's take number A, that is 3 whole 2 by 3. So look carefully over here. So over here you'll have to multiply it. Okay, the denominator will always be same, that is 3, but 3 multiplied by 3 is how much? For example, 3 into 3 is how much? 9. So this 9 you will have to add it with 2, that is plus 2 is 9, 10, 11. So this has been changed into improper fraction. Okay. So another one is, let's take number C, 7 whole 5 by 11. Multiply 7 and 11 and add it with 5. 7 into 11 equals to 77, and we'll have to add this with 5. 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. So therefore the answer is 82 by 11. Please remember, over here the denominator will always be same. Over here 3 is 3 over here, and 11 has not changed. Okay, the denominator will always be same. So this is how you can change mixed fractions. Okay, mixed fractions, change fractions into mixed fractions, and you can change mixed fractions into improper fractions. Thank you. And please note down your homeworks. Okay, your homework is entirely from exercise 6A, that is page number 60 and 61. Thank you.